Welcome, my loves. Happy new moon. It's January 11th, 111 of 2024, and the time is 1234. So I was supposed to start at noon, but I got into some very deep conversations with multiple friends and people today. The grief is thick. The grief for a lot of people right now is very heavy, and a lot of us are feeling collectively the weight of it all. And it's the kind of shit that you can't even just stay positive and work your way through it. It's the kind of grief and pain that you have to let it move through your body and exit through tears, through crying, through yelling, through punching, through movement, through dance. Um, I am normally a very level person. Like, I kind of stay like this. I might talk a little shit throughout the day, but for the most part, like, this is me. And so when I realized yesterday morning, I was up at 4 and I was like, I can't sleep. I had anxiety in my gut. And I can feel like when my anxiety's high, I feel like I'm forgetting to breathe. So I don't know if you know what that, if you experience it like that, but for me, it's like, oh, okay, holding my breath. I don't realize how much I hold my breath when I'm stressed, worried, not fully surrendering, right? And the other thing is, like, I haven't had flour in a few days, and so um taking a few days break on my nervous system makes it, instead of me just being able to smoke, go to bed, fall asleep and stay asleep, it was like, no, you're going to lay here and you're going to process your entire childhood, because now, this is the stuff that the whole reason I smoked, the whole reason I consume and enjoy is because my PTSD, my anxiety, like the trauma that I've been through, the stuff that I still see flashes in my head for all these things, right? And so when I smoke, it's like I said, sleep, go to bed, smoke, go to bed, or like, okay, everything's fine and zen and we're good and I'm cool and I'm not allowing these things to come to the surface, or I'm numbing, not fully numbing, but it's just like taking the edge off of the pain that those thoughts and memories keep triggering. And for me, all the stuff that kept coming up is the inner child stuff, childhood things, relationship with my dad, and how all of these abandonment wounds are affecting me in these relationships now, and how I'm moving about in the world and all these things, right? I'm going to share this story and then I'll start the readings. So yesterday started off like that, where I was already on edge of, like, verge of tears all day long. Cried probably like 10 times throughout the day. Triggered on, somebody sent me Humans of New York post, and it was about her holding her client, and while they passed away in her arms and stuff like that. Lost it. And then some other posts, and then sat in the sauna. And when I sit in the sauna, I'm processing. It's my sweat lodge. I cry a lot in the sauna when I'm by myself. So if you're a friend and you're coming with me, don't be afraid. I'm not usually going to just start bursting out in tears, but like when I'm having a day and I need to move it through my body, I sweat it out in the sauna, so that it's just like my skin is crying tears. I'm crying tears. I'm just pushing it out and getting it out of my body. And then at the end, I'm just like exhausted, like release, like, right. So we get home and I'm looking for something in the garage, and I pulled out, I was like, oh, here's the photo bin. And I'm like, oh, let me pull this out. Zanaya likes to look through the photos and yearbooks and stuff like that. And so we're going through everything, having a good laugh, talking about this, talking about, oh, this kid died, that kid died, this one, I don't know. She's like, why you write hoe next to this girl? And I'm like, look, it was it was the 90s. Sorry, we didn't have social media, and you wrote down on the yearbook who was a hoe and who got pregnant and who was the cute guy. And Yeah, I was like, sorry, I was highly judgmental. Um, and then I get to a page where my stepmom who died, I was very, very close with her. I lived with her. I lived with her and my dad through the last part of my high school years when my mom kicked me out at 15. She invited me to come live with them so that I could have like a peaceful home, a stable home to, because there was just all kinds of stuff going on with like my sister and her ex at the time. And it was like, just come live with us. Right. And her and I grew really, really close in a way of like, we would just sit and talk for hours. And she was the one that Virgo, where she was just like, she could deadpan face and scare you to death. Right. Uh, oh, sorry, I have my little timer going so I can keep an eye on the clock. So I found this note from her and I'm going to read it. I'm going to try not to cry. I feel like I've cried enough, hopefully, that I won't cry now. But it says, Dear Melissa, fuck. Thank you for the wonderful time. I'm so glad I didn't miss this time with you. We love you, Sue and Fluff. Fluff was my dog that died too. And I'm like, she says, we love you. She didn't sign it from my dad. She signed it from her. And I found this exactly when I needed to find it. But I'm so glad I didn't miss this time with you. And I like lived with this. I don't have anything left from her when she died. I don't have any of her belongings. I don't have any cards. I don't have any photos of her. And it kills me because I was, at a point in my life, I was closer to her than my real mother, which I'm very, very close with my mom now. So that's a separate thing. But there was a bond, right? And so reading those words, I was just like, just gutted, 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 because it was like, I needed to find that. And it was about just the right time. So I'm trying to sleep and I can't. Again, I can feel the anxiety. There's some other stuff going on. And I'm like, you know what? My friend gave me a mushroom bar. I'm just going to go eat some mushrooms and take a hot bath. And just, if I need to cry some more, I'm just going to cry till I'm exhausted and then go to bed. And the mushrooms hit harder than expected. However, it opened up all the processing and everything that needed to like get sorted through. And it showed me the connections and it showed me everything. And what was crazy though is I can see in my mind's eye, I can see people's faces come into focus sometimes. And I began to see her face, and then that made me cry all over again. And I could hear her voice. And like I said, we used to sit at the kitchen table together and drink coffee, read the newspaper, and just talk about life. And she said to me, anytime you want to talk to me, just come meet me at the kitchen table and I'll be here. And she's like, the newspaper won't have a date on it, so you could come here anytime. This is timeless. This is a timeless place that we can meet. And I just felt it. So it was crazy. I totally was like, oh my God, she's the one who told me that if I ever got a tattoo, make sure it's something meaningful. So I was like, I'm going to get this tattooed on me. This is going to be my first tattoo. Because then I can't lose it. Right. And then it dawns on me that there's this doctor on Instagram that I follow on my old page. And so I haven't seen it in months. And I was like, she looks exactly like my stepmom. And so I was like, I just want to see her face because she's the closest thing I got to a photo. But yet I have video of this woman talking and stuff. And she's the eyes, the white hair, her mouth, her teeth, like everything looks like my stepmom. And I go to her page for the first time in months. And what is she talking about on her stories? Grief. And I'm going to read it real quick. And she says, and she goes, so this month is the 11-year anniversary of the passing of my mentor and my best friend. And then I'm like, when did my stepmom die? And I couldn't find her obituary. So I was like, well, she died the same year as my grandpa. It was a really fucking rough year. And so I find his obituary. I'm like, he was July, she was November. So I was like, dude, that's 2013. Like, dude, that's going to be 11 years. She goes, I was driving home from Pilates yesterday and started thinking about how Pilates was the only thing that saved me during the time of his sickness. I knew he was not going to make it, so I trained relentlessly in order to be physically strong enough to withstand the inevitable grief I knew was coming. I tend to stop eating and waste away when stress or sadness gets to be too much, and I knew I couldn't go down at that time as a single mom in bankruptcy who had recently taken over his very successful practice. When she divorced my dad, she lost like 50 pounds or 75 pounds almost immediately, just like withered. And so I was thinking of her also on this. So I trained for it. I trained for the tsunami of grief I was living as I watched him waste away and for the earthquake of deep sadness I knew was coming. Then he squeezed my hand and told me never forget. I don't know how to pronounce this word, so sorry if I'm wrong. He told me to never forget docere. Docere means to teach. Doctor as teacher, and I promised him I wouldn't forget. I later tattooed that word on my wrist, so I would have never abandoned that promise. And so I was like, all right, that's my validation. I'm getting the tattoo. um, so it's like, yeah, I still tear up and cry every time I talk about him. And, she's just talking about grief on her story. And that hit me because I'm like, there's synchronicity. There's no such thing as coincidence. This has to happen tonight. Because if I was on her page yesterday or tomorrow, I wouldn't have seen it. The story was up for already like 17 hours, which means by the time I woke up, if I would have looked at it, it would have been gone. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy how spirit talks to us. And so I hope through my gifts, but also through helping you learn about your own natural intuition, that you get to have these types of experiences too. And you can easily have your kitchen table space that you can meet your loved ones at when you need, whether it's kitchen table or whether it's the car, whatever, right? So I just wanted to share that because that was really profound for me to like, I feel her and I miss her, but like knowing that I can create this quantum space of where I can go when I'm in meditation and be like, okay, meet me at the kitchen table. So happy new moon, feeling all the feels. Um, so basically what we're gonna do, I will have sent you the link and tell you your timestamp below in the description box. And then I just really appreciate you being here with me. So just take a few deep breaths. And now I have like snot, sorry. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. And if you feel the anxiety or anything in your gut or in your heart, hold your hand over the area that's holding all your tension. Some of us, I can feel some people are holding it in their neck and shoulders. So it's more like this. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, drop your shoulders. And then again, if it's in your chest or your gut, hold the area. We invite in messages from our higher self, God, source, spirit, our ancestors, angels, our loved ones that have crossed over, that are still very much with us. They just don't have a body, but they're still very much by our sides, here to support us, here to love us, and through this gift of mediumship, may all the messages that come through be accurate and true. May they resonate, and may they be in the best and highest good of all involved. And we just welcome this sacred time together. The last thing I will say, some information on the new moon. It's a new moon in Capricorn. So full moon means the sun is in whatever season we're in. So the sun is in Capricorn. If we were having a full moon, that means the sun is in Cap and the moon would be in Cancer, because that's the counter opposite. And when you have them equally opposing each other by 180 degrees, that's a full moon because the sun is fully illuminating. So that is different than new moon, where we're both in Capricorn. So the moon and the sun are in Capricorn. And so it's the darkest time of the night, basically, because there's no moon to illuminate anything. And so usually new moons are the times where you want to write down and set your intentions. Full moons are for harvest, and full moons are for, reaping the benefit of that. Shoot, this thing keeps turning off. So if you have a journal, or if you don't, just get a notes app. You can either do voice memos or just actually start a notes app and just treat it like a Dear Diary. You can do your Dear Universe letter. You can write a letter to yourself. You can write a letter to your loved one. It's just whatever seeds you want to plant now that you want to see unfold over this next lunar cycle, because that's what we're doing. We're basically planting seeds and manifesting per lunar cycle. We don't mess with this January 1st, new resolution, new me, blah, 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 because that's not how nature works. January 1st is a man-made date. Lunar cycles, we don't control that. Okay. But if the farmers and everybody else are using the natural cycles of everything, nature, then we should do the same, right? Because we're all connected and a part of that whole. So that is that. Set your intentions. Okay, so let me timestamp this. I'm so sorry. Let me push pause real quick. Maybe I can wipe my nose before I start reading, unless there's just going to be tears all day. All right. Now let me get the first reading done. All right, we have I first. This reading right now is for I. I'm going to start with the I Am Affirmation deck, which I do still have probably like 10 or 15 more decks left. So if you want to purchase one or buy a bundle, if you want to buy more than one, I can offer you a little discount, but normally they're $44, but at this point I just need to get rid of them because they've been sitting there and I need to sell out the last of this stock. So if you want to buy some I Am decks, just holler, Venmo me, pay what you can. I just want people, I'd rather have these in people's hands than sitting here in my stock. So this is for you. I am healing my inner child. I am breathing in new life. I am releasing what is no longer aligned in my vibration. At the bottom of the deck, I am light. Lumiere. I am light, right? Lumiere, light. I feel like this inner child thing that's coming up, though, that's what I said we've been dealing with. Like, it's the craziest thing collectively, right? Let's find out. Oh, and since it's new moon, we'll pull some from the moon deck. The first few years of not just the first, but the first like 5 years of a child's life, like that is so crucial to the bonding and attachments, the attachment styles that we have. And then growing up, furthering from that, it's like the relationship with our parents. And then as we expand and grow outward, all of that's affected. So conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So eclipses can be unpredictable though. So healing the inner child with the conclusions are within reach. Just know that like whatever this stuff is that's been coming to the surface, um, it's interesting because the images that I get in my head, it's like I can see you as a little child. Um, there's like, you know how when we're kids we try to encourage like independent play. So I see you as being like you're good on your own, but there's a part of you that's like longing for the group play. And I don't know if this is actual or if this is now, but this is just how I'm seeing it. So whether it's your inner child that I'm seeing or an actual memory. But it's almost like, oh yeah, I'm having fun over here, but like, oh, but they also look like they're having fun over there. What are they doing? Right. But I feel like with the conclusions are within reach, there are some dots that are just going to finally start to make sense and click into place. And then therefore you can move on from why am I feeling this? Why is this coming up? Or why am I dealing with this? Breathing a new life. So step out of your comfort zone. North node. North node is like our sole purpose this lifetime. It's like the arrow going forward. South node is like our past life stuff and stuff we've already mastered and conquered. And north node is like what we need to work on this time. But stepping out of your comfort zone. The fact that it came out with I am breathing in new life. I don't know if you have been looking into certain like wellness classes or if you have done a breathwork class, but maybe go do a group thing where it's like stepping out of your comfort zone to go sign up for something you've never done before. But if you can find like a breathwork and yoga or something like that, maybe that will help with some of what you need to get out that's stuck on the inside, or that will help satisfy that group play that you might need. So I am releasing what is no longer aligned in my vibration. So this says a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic, but Libra is balance, partners, harmony. I said already partnership. Because Libra is the scale of justice. So we always want to make sure like everything's balanced, right? So you got a full moon and a new moon. Oh, shoot. I'm going to tell you the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So what does she need to know? And what does she need? What's going on in her soul right now? Ah, hold on. The golden children. Inner child. Dude, you got two inner child cards. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. What's going on? So that's in it. That's interesting. In the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Tapping into the things that you're naturally good at. Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. What was I telling you? This is harmony and balance. Harmony and balance. Messenger. So you needing to communicate, you needing to say something, you needing to use your words to bring harmony and balance to a situation, maybe. Which I know you have no problem speaking your mind. Your mom just raised her eyebrows at me. I'm like, but there seems to be some apprehension of speaking something fully because it's like maybe you don't fully understand. It's like not having the English to be able to articulate it of what, because sometimes it's just a feeling where you're like, I just can't quite place it, but I know something's off. is what it feels like for me. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. So this is a surrender card. That came with the I am releasing what's no longer aligned with my vibration. So surrender. Stop trying to hold on to everything. What I see is like, stop trying to create the same day over and over again, if this makes sense. Stop trying to make the same things happen. You have to switch it up. Like if you saw everything everywhere all at once, it was like something had to change that was different for it to kick this other thing into place. And it's like you need to change up, whether it's routine or adding something, taking something out. It's like letting it realign and letting go what's not in your vibration anymore. So you're like, oh, I've been doing this thing or this class or this person or this connection, but like it feels like you're holding, like you're the only one carrying it or maintaining it. And it's kind of like you kind of need to let it like loosen up a little bit and surrender to like release. Bottom of the deck, lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You have done this before. So soul memories and gifts. What's been coming up for you lately? What kind of dreams or like flashes of insight are you having? Let's do this. I think moving forward, I'm going to pre-shuffle all my decks and then pull for you so you guys don't have to sit and watch me shuffle on camera because that sucks up time. So sorry. All right. Signifier card. What does she need to know? Oh. Okay, well, that one, this one, and this one, because that was like 10 cards on that one. Okay, so we have Hangman in reverse. So this one, okay, this is a stalling card where there's like a stagnation or an avoiding of a sacrifice. It's like the apathy card. Like there's just nothing happening when it's like that. It paired with the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about your wishes coming true and your satisfaction and your achievements. So there's something that makes you feel like there's a delay in your success or a delay in achieving something. This is also like a contentment card and like being happy with like, because the 10 of Cups, the next one up is like the full happy family, the full happy house. This is like, I'm achieving something. I want success in something. And so this is like, okay, you want something, but there's a delay in it. My hair. I might have to put that up. Yeah, it's too long. Seven of Cups, options, choices. Also, cups are emotional fulfillment. So it's whatever success is like, but this is options. Well, what do I want to do? These is choices. This is also the searching for purpose card. So are you searching for what am I supposed to do? Or it's too many commitments and little time? Or these could also be like illusions and fantasies and daydreaming about your options. And you see each cup has something else. There's a rose, there's a heart, there's a snake, there's a fist, there's money, there's recognition, there's like, all these different things. So you're at a point, what do you want is what I hear. Like say it out loud, write it down. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands, which is the happy home card. This is home celebrations, reunions, parties, and stability. Four of Wands is the stability card because fours are stable, like a table. I'm going to pull a song card. This is not a tarot deck. We actually got this game that has music and stuff. But I feel like let's Let's do this pile. Okay. So this one, you're going to want to go look up the lyrics to whatever we find. But what messages does I need to know delivered via song? In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. So look up the lyrics. You probably already know it. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. So hold on. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. So maybe that has to do with that 9 of Cups and the success and the what you hope to do with your life. And it doesn't even have to be like, oh, I want to start a business and this and that. It could literally be, I want to be the best this I can be, or whatever. You light up my life. I'm light. You light up my life. Let's see if there's any more. Your mom says, and I can hear, oh God, I can hear her voice. I can hear the accent. She says she needs to stop worrying. Stop the worrying. And she's like stressing that part out. Like, what else? She says, you're beautiful. Well, maybe you need to go into stripping. The Stripper by David Rose. Don't know what that's about. But stripping is also removing of things, which came out with, I am releasing what is no longer aligned with my vibration. So that's interesting. Bottom of the deck, hot fun in the summertime, Sly on the Family Stone. Family. So, all right, let me get this last one. Or the relationships in your life. What does she need to know? So this is a hell of a blast from the past. There's unfinished business here. So whatever it is, it's not done. Maybe that's why there was that hangman in reverse, because there's a stall or stagnation. This love defies explanation. Oh, there's like too many cards. Sorry. That's too many. I don't like big. But so maybe this could be, this doesn't necessarily mean romantic. It says new connection coming in hot. This could be new friends, new business connections, new bosses, there's somebody that's like waiting to enter. And what I see in my head is like, you know, when you're doing jump rope and you're like, okay, I'm going to jump in now. I'm going to jump in. It's like there's somebody waiting to jump into your life. So hang on to that. Is there anything else? Signifier card for this new moon. Let me get the book on this one because I wanted to read the. Oh, wait, that's the wrong book. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. Ace of Wands. So this is actually you. This is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The ace is the spark of fire, and it contains the renewing and vital energy of the signs that belong to this element. The Ace of Wands is a new, passionate adventure. When you encounter it, you know that you can dare because the world will say yes to you. It also represents the first action that you take with a new idea or project. It is the first step. This energy needs to be protected and channeled and must not dissipate like the first sparks of a fire. They need to be fueled so that the fire may burn. The keywords for this are new beginning, saying yes, and starting a new project. Told you. All right. Press pause. That was your reading. All right, this one is for M. I shuffled and pulled the cards. That way you weren't waiting on me for this whole, because that, like I said, takes up a lot of time. So the first ones I got was was sorry. First of all, I want to say as soon as I tapped into your energy, I feel kind of all over the place. Um, versus when I did the first person, it was very direct and like, oh, here, I need this deck, this deck, this deck, this deck, da, 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 da. This energy was like, oh, which deck should I use? Oh, shoot, I'm running out of room. Which one should I lay this out? Maybe I'll stack it like this. Like, it was so like just watery, right? So I am becoming the best version of myself daily. I am manifesting the life that I deserve. I am healing from the past. Bottom of the deck, I am part of the cosmic whole. You got full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So Gemini is the card of communication. So there is some sort of answer, communication, or clarity that's coming for you. With I'm manifesting the life that I deserve, your commitment is being tested. So this might be the universe's way of being like, well, what do you truly want? Because when I went to go pick my cards, the way that I see it is I need to at least know what I want to be able to go after it. Does that make sense? So if I'm manifesting the life that I deserve, your commitment's being tested, but then there's also that energy of like, I need to know which way I'm going, right? Like this go with the flow, or I don't know. Like it's very, maybe that's why it says the answers you need are coming. I am healing from the past. This is interesting. So there's something definitely, to me, money related between so becoming the best version of yourself puts you in a better position to be more positive and open-minded for the ways that money wants to show up in your life, or opportunities. I see it like it could happen out of nowhere. It could be like a chance encounter, like somebody you meet, somebody that you just happen to cross paths with. That's like, oh, I have this opportunity and I'm actually looking for blah, 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 blah. But you have to become the best version of yourself in order to be open to take the opportunity seriously and not think it's just like, full of shit, or that it's a scam, or that it's this or it's that. Like, you also have to realize that money, business, projects, they're all entities of their own. And so if you project fear into them, you're going to get that back, or you project negativity, because it looks like with the I am healing from the past card, we got full moon in Taurus, which is money, finances, material wealth, abundance, safety, stability, right? The words are your dreams need a practical plan. And so the energy of that I was saying, feeling all this water and stuff, is like, okay, you got to get grounded in your idea. Like, if you have nothing to lose, put a plan together and go for it. Like, if you want to start a little side hustle business because, I don't know, you have this extensive knowledge on something, just put together a plan on how you can like make that a legit thing and turn it into a consulting fee, or turn it into, something you get to make at home and sell and ship. Oop. Whoops. That card is the perspective card. I wasn't even going to get to that yet, but apparently I was supposed to pull it. None of this matters. Zoom out. I'm going to show you the artwork on 3 of these cards together in just a minute. But yeah, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So you actually got 2 full moons. Gemini, Taurus, which could also be May, June. If we're looking at timeline wise, if you wanted to know date, because Gemini season, Taurus season is end of April to May, and then Gemini is May to June, mid-June. So the answers you need are come with the 7 star sisters. And I always see this card as a community and a collaboration and a group of people, or like, because it says birthing creations. So you got dreams need a practical plan, birthing creations. So maybe you're not supposed to do this alone. Whatever it is, you got to do it. You're going to do it with other people or with a group. And let them help you. You do what you're good at. Let them be good at something too. So let's just say you're not great at technology. Okay, you find somebody who is, that can sit there and dictate what you're telling them, right? I just keep hearing too that you need to take into consideration the value that you can actually still provide to somebody now. The way that it seems to me is like, I see, this sounds funny, but you know, like you see people aging out of things. So it's almost like if you think you're too old or irrelevant or whatever, that's actually not the truth, because you have years of experience doing this, when somebody coming in doesn't have the years of experience, but now you can bottle up and sell this experience and sell it to this person who wants to cut the corners and just say, let me just hire the dude who knows what he's doing. And it's like, that is what I see happening. So, or could happen. Oh shit. And the words on this one are, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. I wasn't even looking at it. A new earth. So it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So if you have an idea, entertain it. Don't just let it sit up here. Get it in a journal. Talk to somebody who is business minded or project based, or someone that's got a passion project they're working on. Just talk to somebody else and like, hey, this is the vision that I have. These are ideas. Like, is there anything you can, are you interested in working together? Anything like that? So these three: perspective, the void. You got two void, moon void cards. Look at how black and dark and desolate these are. These are cards of waiting. These are cards of like being in the in-between, where you're like, I'm done with this, but it's not quite time to start this, but it's this middle ground right here. It's like sitting in your car and listening to music or checking your phone, like before you hit your next destination. You're like, I'm just going to sit here for a second. But then sometimes that's where the epiphanies come in, and the ideas and the dreams. So taking your in-between moments and realizing like every moment is valuable. I also hear like, watch what you're filling your time with, because there's a lot of wasted time that you could be using to help towards this plan or this goal or whatever this is that's coming up. So your dad came through. He came through at the very beginning. What's funny is because as soon as I was done with eyes reading, your dad came up, and anytime I've tapped into him, he's always like exactly jolly, happy to be here, thinks this is a little weird, but also very excited to be able to like, oh, okay. Like I just see him like, all right, like the cards are a little weird, but like, all right, I can kind of get with this. Like, so what's funny though is I was like, let me pull some of these song cards and let's just see what happens and comes out. And the first one that fell out was Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. So the reason I laugh at that is because I'm like, that's such a prank song. It's such a jokester song, to get rickrolled into this and that. And so I was like thinking of his jolly personality and humor, but also look up the lyrics to all of these songs, obviously, because there might be some tidbits of information in there. Also, the year is 1987. So what were you doing in 1987? What kind of dreams did you have back then? Go revisit those things. Do that to me one more time. These are not from your dad. I was just pulling these. Do that to me one more time. Captain and Tennille, 1979. Maybe look up the lyrics to that. And wake me up before you go. Wake me up before you go. These two were stuck together, which I'm actually going to show you. I did a random image generator on my phone. So this one came out first. Look at, and it's a rest card. This is the Four of Arrows, but look, he's face down and he's got all these arrows, but the butterfly is for the transformation. So it's like sometimes maybe that's why you got, so much of these in between cards, because maybe there's this period of rest and in between that has to happen for the transformation to get the energy to transform, right? So I pulled that. And then the first image I pulled on Random Image Generator was butterflies. And then this one came out to the Queen of Vessels with salmon. Salmon. Queen of Vessels is like the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer's Pisces Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's a very compassionate card, and it's like warmth and kindness, and it's very intuitive and supportive. So between that, Seven Star Sisters, there's a lot of like feminine energy coming through. Yeah. So there's something about pause, because you got another pause card. Whatever this connection or opportunity is coming up, it says it's divinely interwoven and magical as fuck. It could be the ultimate happy ending. But then again, you got pause, take a step back, let the situation breathe. So that's almost like, don't say yes too fast. Could be that. Or could be, all right, yes, but let's make sure if we do it, we're going to do it right. That's the energy of that. And the other Random Image Generator I pulled was mountains, peak, and top. The thing with this, there is some success coming because the mountains, it's not showing me the valleys, it's showing me the peak and the top of the mountain. But how freaking hard is it to climb to get that view? We have to carry so much shit on our backs. And I always talk about the Sherpas in the Himalayas that carry all this stuff on them. They can carry more than their body weight up, up the freaking Himalaya mountains. And it's the people that get to the top are fewer and fewer, but it's one step at a time, and it's having a plan. It's having where you're going to stop to eat and sleep mapped out. So yeah, there's something big. There's something coming and happening for you. And I'm really like, it feels like finally, like I'm finding my groove in something. I feel like there's something sports related with it though. Just to be completely honest, I don't know if it's like you talking sports, teaching sports, creating sport things to sell, selling things at sporting games, but there's something like I see you like not teaching, not coaching. I see you like selling or doing something that might be passion project stuff. But explore, let yourself daydream, and think of all that. Yeah. And I think that is that. And anything else that wants to come out? I think one more. Una más. So this one. Sorry, little timer going. Kind of went over on these, but that's okay. Everybody gets what they need. All right. Tower in reverse. So normally the Tower card is like a very sudden change, right? This one is averting disaster, resisting change, or delaying the inevitable. So whatever's coming up, that's going to be changing and shifting. You can't change it, so you just might as well surrender to it and let it transform you. Let it take over, let it transform you. Okay, I got to go grab a charger for this thing. So I'm going to push pause before I get to the next reading. I hope that helps, and I love you. Oh, all right. This one is for why. First, sorry, I tried to do the pre-shuffle thing. And just, you know what? I like to shuffle. So, what's crazy when I tune into your energy, I got starving immediately. So I don't know if that's you're actually hungry, because I'm always hungry, or if something is changing in yourself or your body that is causing this like intense hunger, or if it's like a touch starvation, if it's like I need something, I'm so hungry for this. I need some spice in my life, like seasoning, whatever. Just pay attention that the energy that came through was like hunger for something. But if it's food, cool, down for that too. Um, that's interesting. Sorry, I got a notification that just popped in. The person's name is the same name as my mother. So I don't know if that is significant to you, that if I don't know if you have a mother or worried about your mom or wondering about your mom, but I just got a message from somebody else with my mom's name. So wanted to share that. I am exactly where I'm meant to be. Oh, I am shifting my perspective. I am prosperous. So if you got money stuff going on, knowing you're exactly where you meant to be, but you just have to shift your perspective about it, or finding what prosperity actually means to you. Because sometimes it's like, I can make money, but if I don't have the freedom and the time to actually enjoy it, what good is it? Right. Or shifting perspective to like find out like where you are really rich in. Bottom of the deck, I am loved. I love that one. Let me move this. Okay, so void of course moon. This is like a period of waiting where there's not much happening right now. It came out with I am exactly where I'm meant to be. And so if you feel like there's been some stuck or stagnation, this is the card that's telling you like chill for a second, breathe. You're exactly where you meant to be. Okay. If you can't change your current situation right now, so let's just say, it's something where you're like, I really need to go do this, but we'd have to like sell the house first. And it's like, it's not something you could just do overnight, right? I mean, it's possible, but this, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be with the void of course moon is like, okay, right here, right now, stop thinking like you have to focus on the present moment in order to pave the path for the future, if that makes sense. So it's like if you're constantly only projecting forward or backwards in the past, but only projecting forward to the future, and you're not paying attention to the present moment right now, that's the perspective shift that they're probably coming through and talking about. So what is this? What is this? So adjustments are required. So maybe that's, dude, I am shifting my perspective with adjustments are required. Shift your perspective. That's what's going to change your mood about it. Shifting your perspective is what's going to shift how you feel about things, how you move. Hold on. This is bothering me. There we go. Oops, sorry. So that's also a sign too. Look, something was bothering me so much I had to get up and do something about it, right? Adjustments are required. With I am prosperous, surrender to the divine. Full moon. Just surrender. Stop trying to control it. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't let your past hold you back. We'll pull some Starseed Oracle. Lifting the veil. question everything. Anything unaligned must go. So this is how they want you to shift your perspective. You have to question everything. And what I like to do is start with beliefs, obstacles. So if I feel like I'm not worthy of something, I'm like, why am I not worthy of this? Or deserving, or why would why couldn't I do this? Or who told me to believe this about myself? Or where did this belief system come in? And like, is this ever something I really thought about and came to a conclusion on my own? Right. Oh, you got a lot of love coming through. You got the love, codependency, and boundaries. That's with the shifting perspective card. So, codependency and boundaries. So, where do you need to not just draw the boundaries, but withstand? Make sure you're holding your boundaries. Like, why did that word just like boop out of my brain? The cosmic heart. Make your devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. That's interesting because I actually got this earlier. I had opened up my son had opened up Spotify and pulled up some random song. And so when he gave me my phone back, it was on the lyrics. So I took a screenshot because I figured, hey, this is probably going to make sense later. So literally it says, pray or pray or pray or pray or pray, 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 knock them out. That one, that's funny. It's like he listens to like video game music, and that is like, it's called Boss Fight. So I don't know if that's an actual boss or just saying like, if you ever know the boss battle, it's like you in Mario, you work or any video game, you're working your way up to get to the ultimate boss battle. Bottom of the deck, 7 Star Sisters. So this is birthing new creations with like a group or other people. If you want relationship, this doesn't have to be romantic, but this is the relationship deck. So let's see what's going on with the relationships in your lives, whether platonic, romantic, or this boss battle that you're dealing with. Are you thinking of leaving your job, quitting, or moving up? Maybe that's where I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Shifting perspective and prosperity comes from, because it's like, if I'm in a spot, but do I need to go and move up to get to my prosperity, or do I stay? And it's telling you, oh, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, but I just need to shift my perspective. I don't know. You have to let me know. Or if it's, like I said, house, something like that. So this connection comes with some karmic lessons. So like I said, whether it's whatever kind of relationship or connection that is, it comes with some karmic lessons, which is here to teach you. We're here to learn lessons. We're not here to just skate through life and make it as easy as possible. We got to like do shit. There's something happening. There's something being promoted upwards, because it says leveling up, commitment, shacking up, engagement, all the good shit. And loosen your grip. I told you, loosen your grip and allow this shit to unfold naturally. I told you, stop trying to control everything. Stop. Surrender. So bottom of the deck, it says there's some shady shit going on. So that's just one of those things where maybe that has to do with like perspective, or maybe there's like rumors of things, or like unclear, things that are unclear. So there's that. I'm going to pull this deck for you. Okay. So these are like falling out-ish. A lot of yellow. So bring some yellow into your life. Yellow foods, yellow drinks, yellow clothes, yellow crystals, putting something yellow in your room, office, or whatever. You got passion, manifest, joy. And just to show you, the rest of this deck is very colorful. Like there's all kinds of stuff in here. It's not just yellow. So you just happen to get all three yellow things. And they all kind of look like the sun. So I don't know if you're a Leo or Leo energy, but like tap into the vibration of the different colors. Also, you got communicate with the elephant. So talk about the elephant in the room. Bring it up. Make it a little uncomfortable. The more uncomfortable conversations you're willing to have, the bolder and stronger you get in life in general. Then you're not afraid to ask for what you want. It's like, if it's a relationship, it's being able to say, hey, I want this out of this. And I'm not afraid to tell you what I want and need. If it's work stuff, it's saying, hey, I want to raise. This is what I need to survive right now. Like, what can we do? Let's see. What is so this is going to be your energy, like your signifier card for this lunar cycle. So plant your seeds, set your intentions. Queen of Pentacles. So she's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're also Capricorn new moon today. She's generous, caring, comforting. She's very practical. Pentacles are about our money again. So you got the prosperity card and then you got the pentacles. So there's something, this could even be an actual person. So maybe, they could be earth sign energy or just that Queen of Pentacles where they're just in their bag, or that could be like your energy being in your bag, but it's good. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers card. So that doesn't always have to be romantic, but this is partnerships. Boss battle. Sometimes, who do we boss battle the most? The ones we're closest to. One of these. Again, surrender. Dark night of the soul. So going through some shadows, going through some heavy stuff. It's kind of like the equivalent of like, all right, I'm gonna do this, but I got to go through all these boxes in the basement, and I got to deal with all this stuff that's down here, and go through it. It's dusty, it's gross. Oh, so I just pulled Dark Night of the Soul. I have these little song deck, and it's Another Night is the name of the song. So you want to look up the lyrics to that song, The Real McCoy, 1995. Another night, another dream. Do, 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 do. I don't know the words. I forgot. I can hear it. It'll be stuck in my head later. So look that one up. But interesting that it came right after Dark Night of the Soul card did too. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? The Clash. Boss battle, the Clash. Should I stay or should I go? I cannot wait to hear what this is about. What are you contemplating leaving? Oh, well, these both came out, so I'll read them both. Ain't Life Grand by Widespread Panic. So don't panic. Oh, this came out for someone else earlier too, the stripper. You can go into stripping, maybe quit your job, go get stripping. Just kidding. Unless you want to, then I fully support it. All right. Well, that was your reading. Thank you very much. Happy new moon. And surrender. Just let it go. Okay. All right. Next we have M. And M, we want to call in the energies of his or this person's bio mom and dad. But general energy as well. I still feel like she has crossed, and see the number, I see double digits in my head. So I feel like she's crossed, and it's been like over 10 years. But she's given, I am healing from the past. I am part of the cosmic whole. So to me, that kind of solidifies the being back into spirit. I am showing the world the real me. Okay, now what do you need to know? Which also you can utilize those, but I am manifesting the life that I deserve. I am breathing a new life. Breathing. I am healing my inner child. Bottom of the deck, I am calm and collected. It's true Taurian. Manifesting the life that I deserve. I am breathing in new life, and I'm healing my inner child. What are those childhood wounds? As a Taurus, a lot of our wounds that we are here to overcome are safety and stability within our home environment, where we get our money from, how we're going to live, not just abundance, but literally just, Taurian energy just wants steadfast and groundedness. How am I going to do that? By breathing in new life, by teaching some breath work, more. Maybe we put together more breath stuff, ideas. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Ooh, you got full moon in Capricorn, so that's close. A fiery climax approaches. Another full moon, but Aries. So Aries season, maybe. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. My friend, you just got 3 full moons. You are good enough. Stop over analyzing whether you are ready. Have faith in your dreams. Bottom of the deck. Have faith in your dreams. Ooh, I know which one I'm going to pull for you. Deck. Confidence. Moving confidently through life. Walking like you're 6 feet tall. Tree. Connected. And healing the rose. Bottom of the deck. Passion. Signifier card for you. It's a lot of like being confident in yourself. You're good enough. It's telling you, have faith in your dreams. You're good enough. Confidence, confidence, confidence. If it's like moving forward with more, music and art stuff, finding and fully, being confident in doing that. I keep hearing that you need to do like a full album, that you need to release a full body of work. This one, 10 of Vessels, happiness. That 10 of Vessels is like the 10 of Cups, which is like the ultimate happiness. And it's water. Overflowing. This is how I fill up the ice cube trays too. I just fill up one tray or one square, and I let it overflow to the next one, and I let it overflow to the next, and let it overflow to the next, and to the next, and to the next, until all of them are full. So that is you going to be helping do that. Huh? Okay. So they're definitely here and talking about your money, your dreams. Tough cycle. Fiery climax. Being good enough. Okay. And then let's do. Oh, I already did that. This one is the one I meant to do. I just split the deck, and it was the messenger card with the lifting the veil card. Oh, shit. Oh, Okay, well, it fell out again. Messenger. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus destiny life. So messages that are coming through for you, remember what you're here for. Remember the plan. Remember, Simba. And then this one fell out too, but the golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. So you have to use your gifts. You have to use your gifts. That's what they're there for. Let's pull some song cards for you. Hey, you got Tupac. I Get Around. So you got to look up the lyrics to that. And 1994. So it was 1994. Significant for you? What happened that year? How old were you? What lessons did you learn? Funny, I never saw that card yet. Shakedown. Bob Seger, 1987. This is funny. Rhinestone Cowboy. So look up the lyrics to all of these songs. I Get Around, Shakedown, Rhinestone Cowboy, which reminds me of that movie High School High with John Lovett. Oh, you got Wu-Tang. Bring the Ruckus. Bring the Ruckus. Yeah, High School High, where they're like, he's like goes to the dance and he's like, here, put this on instead, and it's like a rhinestone cowboy. Again, has to do with music, right? Like him going, let me slide this in, finish your album, get some vinyls done, right? We'll ask for a connection to potential relationships, partnerships, platonic, romantic, anything like that. All right, straight fire, smoking hot connection. Could be a fire sign. It was Leo Sag. An undeniable magnetic pull. Trust this and take the leap for fuck's sake. So here's what's interesting. Even if this is not for relationships, say we want to apply this to work, career, fire connection, being pulled to it, right? Take the leap. Actions always speak louder than words, so pay attention. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask for the energy of the mother and father to step forward so we can ask what the karmic or soul level connection is, or the biggest lesson learned, any kind of advice. Holy Grail, 4-4, Holy Grail code, receive the gift. I don't know if this is a physical gift or a spiritual intuitive gift, but it's saying like these connections were meant to that with your mother and father, like they're the ones who somehow it's like they pass down the gift to you. 2-2, remember your identity. You can do it. You're getting a lot of encouragement from them. Remember who the fuck you are, man. Remember your identity. Remember that you're a soul having a human experience. So yeah, we have some freaking limitations here, but you can do it. Acknowledge and take responsibility. Bottom of the deck, karmic relationship, releasing the past. What's interesting is there's a male and a female shadow-ish on there, as I was asking for the mother, father to step forward. So releasing the past, releasing expectations of the dead, releasing expectations of what we thought was going to happen, what we thought should happen. And I know you personally, so I know you do surrender to a lot, but I also don't know what goes on inside your mind one-on-one, right? That's just you that lives there. But whatever it is, this message of like being confident, you're good enough, it's good to step forward, receive the gift that the universe wants to give you. So yeah, that was your new moon reading. Plant your seeds. All right, we have C. C. I always feel in your energy, C, I always feel just so loving and like just always so sweet. Like I could just tell that when you were little, you were probably just the kindest, soft, I don't know. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. You got 2 alignment cards. I am in alignment. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I am in alignment. I am savoring each moment. Sometimes, even in the shitty parts, right? Even in the shitty parts, or what we perceive as the shitty parts, or hope for the future, or anything like that, you have to savor the now. Like taking a bite of something and going, that brings you to a now moment, right? Bottom of the deck is I am healing. Oh, the moon cards. How's your head feeling, or like your this side of you? Because it suddenly got like I felt something. Do you feel misaligned? Do you feel off, like physically or energetically? You know, like right? Maybe you need to go see a chiropractor. Just kidding. Maybe I need to go see a chiropractor. A time for healing. So you got I'm healing, a time for healing. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Have faith in your dreams. What are your dreams? What's something you want to do that you would do even if you weren't going to get paid for it? You got have faith in your dreams, and your dreams need a practical plan. So let's say you want to publish a book. Let's say you want to make a San Francisco coffee table book that showcases something. Your plan would be like, okay, let me go research how many pages and spreads, the minimum, maximum, how many photos I would do, what kind of write-ups I would do, and just one thing at a time. And I'm not saying that's your plan or your goal, but like, I don't know, that example popped into my head. All right, what does our mama want to say? Let's pull from here. So this is going to be your signifier card for this new moon lunar cycle for this next month. C's energy. C's energy. Okay, strength card. This is Leo energy. So this is you needing to find the confidence and the boldness and finding your roar, finding your voice. And look at how the strength, and she's stepping next to the lion and she's not looking at it afraid. She's like, I have this strength and confidence by my side. I have the right people in my life. I have the right opportunities. I have everything I need at my disposal to make this dream come true. Okay. But it's saying your dreams need a practical plan to make that happen. I want to pull music cards for you. And a little song. I love these. I'm gonna keep these for tarot readings instead of just our game. My kid's gonna be like, what happened to all the cards? Sorry. You have a grandma on dad's side that's crossed? Or still spirit or earth side? Just because I got a text message from my sister about my grandma just now. Diana Ross, touch me in the morning. Look those lyrics up. 1973. You're the reason our kids are ugly. I have no idea what that's about. I'm so sorry. Unless somebody has a really messed up sense of humor. But look up the lyrics. Maybe there's a gem in there. Sorry. That's what happens when it's random. I Want to Know by Joe. So whether the name's familiar or the song, I want to know what turns you on so I can be the one to make you smile, something like that. But again, it's about a song about knowing what you want so that it could be provided to you. Bottom of the deck, Hurt So Good, John Mellencamp. Significant years, you got 1973, 1978, 1999, and 1982. So I don't know if any of those are significant for you. I feel like I just got like stuck for a second. So what's that about? Why is there a hesitation? What is causing the hesitation to move forward with this? I don't think it's, well, hopefully it's not just, if it's just lack of confidence, I feel like that's easy to move through. Easier to move through than you think. But let's find out. What does she need to know? Oop. Love. Let love in. Let love help you. Tap into the frequency of love when you're creating. Showcase love. Maybe that's your dream that you've been thinking of, other ways to show love. Show your gratitude. The Dragon, grounded. So staying grounded in it though, but that also is that like your dreams need a practical plan card, right? But dragons are protectors, and you and your loved ones are safe. Advocate. So advocating for love. Speaking of, speaking on, speaking up. Showcasing. Bottom of the deck is clarity. We'll do some relationship cards just for funsies. But this, like I said, could also be family, friends, energy. So what's going on in C's life? Pause, take a step back and let the situation breathe. Oh, that's weird. It felt like it fell out of my hand, but it didn't. So this is not a vibrational match. Let them show themselves out. I don't know if that's relationship. It doesn't feel, it almost feels like acquaintance wise, or like somebody not directly this close to you. It feels like someone that might be on a second or third outer circle ring for you. If there's been any issues with somebody or somebody at work or somebody like in a group. It's kind of like you don't have to keep entertaining the friendship or connection if you're not a vibrational match, right? Have some fucking patience. All is aligning in divine timing. Bottom of the deck. Oops. Okay. Well, that was interesting. So first I was going to read the bottom of the deck that says exactly how red do those flags need to be. Then this was trust this and take the leap for fuck's sake, because that's foul. So, and it's me and Shannon. So there's something happening. How red do you need these flags? And take the leap. All right, my love. That is your mini reading. Don't forget to set your intentions, and not just intentions. Write down your dream. Write down a passion project, something that you want to do and get accomplished. And little bit by little bit, you will watch it be birthed into creation. Cool. I love you. I just want to give you a big old hug and eat some ice cream with you and some snacks and just like curl up on the couch with some blankets with you two and like pet your dog. So, all right, let's go. All right, last one is another C. Oh, let me pull up the photos on this one. This one. See what he wants to say. Okay. So this is who we're tapping in, tuning into. And I'll pull some cards too, but I just want to like draw him near. He's another one that thinks this is a little weird what we're doing. So I don't know if he was a little more traditional or like, you know, I don't know if it was like he grew up Catholic or something like that, where it's like, yeah, we just didn't do these kinds of things. Like, so let me pull the I am deck. So let's ask for messages from him. So let's ask for first person perspective, I am messages, what he wants to say. And then I think I want to pull some songs too. So I don't know if he likes to sing or if music was important to you guys. Like music, like I see kind of seeing this flash of like, I feel like I'm in the 80s and I feel like I'm in like one of those really old like Cadillac type cars where it's just big and like, you know, suspension, just bouncy. So I don't know if he actually had that kind of car or if it was just the significance of the going back in time to that time period and listening to the music on that radio. I don't know if this was end of life, but like he had to keep stopping to rest and keep stopping to like gather himself and breathe. I feel a lot of pressure in my head. That's like 20 cards. But well, this one is on the one that fell out though. It says, I'm living poetry. So I don't know if he actually liked poetry or if he wrote or was, you know, liked books. But living poetry is like he's still alive. Like I always say, like they just don't have bodies. So when you want him near, you just have to ask him to come near. And what I like to do is in meditation, oh, this one came out too. This one, I just realized the one I was holding with my thumb was I am safe. So if you were wondering, did he make it okay? He's there. He's safe. I like to sit in meditation and breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just kind of relax on every breath, right? And then I'll ask whoever I want to come, I'll ask them to come step into my awareness so that I can feel their vibration, feel their energy, and feel how they feel to be near me, so I can recognize it more. Because a lot of the times what I see is like, I see you going through your day and you're so like, every time I tune into your energy, you're so in your head. And I would have to look at your astrology, because that would probably make sense if you on certain, like maybe where your Mercury is, or like if you have these heavy air placements or something that's keeping you like constantly analyzing things, or overthinking, or um I don't, was he a list maker? Did he, because what I'm hearing is like, you need to write a list. You need to get all this out and write it down, basically, is like how I feel the message is coming through. Because you have all of this up here that you're not allowing him to come in and just like, you're not noticing it. Basically, you're not noticing the subtle shift in energy change when he's trying to get near to you and trying to get closer to like, um like I see him like getting close to your ear, but like, so maybe he wasn't a man of many words, or maybe he wasn't loud, but maybe, I don't know, this is why it's coming to the ears. Like maybe it's just like, hey, if you want to hear me, you need to quiet everything down so you can hear me, right? That's this. Because if I'm go, 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 and I'm this, I'm not allowing spirit to receive, right? So again, sit, quiet, meditate, shower, bath. All right. Okay, come forward. Just invite him in. All right. Show me you're here. Give me a sign. And you don't have to wait for a physical sign, but just pay attention to what you see in your mind's eye, if anything, what you hear in your mind's ear. So like if you get a song stuck in your head, pay attention, because he can use music to communicate with you. And so if you're like, why have I been singing this song all day? That's so weird. Go look up the name, go look up the lyrics, go look up who wrote the song, and be like, oh my God. And you might start to see the things that actually will click into place. So he says, I'm living poetry. I am safe. He's kind of laughing because he's like, of course I'm safe. Did he get, yes, yes, yes. Okay. He shows me around the children, like he shows me like his hands behind his back, and he's just standing there watching them, and he's watching them play, but he's not getting involved. Like, yes, sometimes, but it's more so like I'm watching and protecting and just making sure everybody's good. And he's a very grounding energy. So it's like, you have to tell me when his birthday was, because if he was oh my God, I'm grounded. Because if he was earth sign energy, we're also in the new moon in Capricorn, which is earth energy. But yeah, it's funny. I see him like, I don't know if your kids have this playroom, but this room I'm seeing with, I see like this wall of windows, and then I see all this light coming in. I see them like playing and stuff like that. And so I just see him kind of, like I said, with the hands, and just, he's watching. The little one, I don't know if you have two or if there's three, two earth side and maybe a third spirit side, or but whoever the youngest is the one who feels him the most, I think. She, I don't know if I actually don't know if that's a she or he for the youngest, but that's what came out. So sorry, but she hears him, and she can talk to him in her mind, whether she realizes it's happening or not. Because again, he's like so subtle in his energy and gentle. Bottom of the deck, he says, I am recovering from my traumas. So sometimes what I hear is that when people pass and cross over, their soul is reconnected back to the ultimate source, right? But you know how we can pick up all kinds of stuff here on Earth, all kinds of debris, all kinds of trash, right? If he had any traumas, if he had anything that he dealt with Earth side, he's recovering from that spirit side. All right. Okay, Daddy. Give us some music. I see a guitar. I don't know if he liked hot fun in the summertime. Sly and the Family Stone. Which they were kind of funky. Oop. Sorry, I don't know about this one. Tequila makes her clothes fall off. Unless he liked country. I don't know. I don't know the country. Joe Nichols. I just made that up. I think that's country. But like I said, look up the lyrics, see if there's anything that resonates. That's the only way to know. But maybe he was a lot of fun too. Hot fun, tequila. Maybe tequila was his favorite when he was younger. Who knows? Take on me. Aha. Take on me. Take on me. Take me. I'll be gone in a day or two. Did he go fast? Are those the words? Did I just make that up? In a day or two. I'm like singing the wrong lyrics. Oh. She got the gold mine. I got the shaft. She got the gold mine. Did he leave something behind for mom that was like of value? Or you? Oh, bottom of the deck, living La Vida Loca. Was he like a crazy guy when he was younger or something? Like, what's all of that like party stuff with the tequila and like, because I don't feel like that's your energy. I feel like you're a lot more like subdued. Is the word I would say. All right. And Dad, help us out. Relay the message for her purpose right now. Oop, okay. So he's telling you big picture thinking. Big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. So again, when you're in your head, you're focusing on details. If you zoom out and surrender, you can actually like look at everything. Like look at calendar behind me, which I actually need to reset. That's 2023. But like instead of just looking at the date, zoom out and look at the whole year and make your moves. Chestnut checkers is what I hear. Chestnut checkers. Chestnut checkers. Whale and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound. So again, more references to music, using music to dive deep, sharing your song though. Do you have a voice? Maybe not literally, but could be what's your song to sing to the world, how you put yourself out there. All right. Oh, and then let me pull up the other picture. Is there anything else that he wants to say? I'm going to pull up random image generator on my phone and see if anything comes through here. Ooh, this is interesting. Doors, indoor house. Look at the picture. What did I tell you? I saw him standing at the door with light coming in, like watching your kids. But pay attention. Look at how many open doors there are. The door is wide open, my love. And it's crazy because the doors are so open, you can see right through ahead. You're not just stuck staring at this closed door. So what is that? What is that about? Oh, pull up. The next one that came up says cutting granite stones, bending or work. Are you doing work on your house? Like actually doing work? Because that first picture was all white, but then this one is saying it's cutting granite, bending. Oh, being more flexible could be the message because he's literally like he's cutting granite, but it says bending. So maybe he's like trying to bend the impossible, like stop being so rigid and just be a little more flexible in things. Unless you're actually doing work on your house too. Or thinking about it. Maybe that's the long-term plan, right? That's coming up the big picture thinking, well, if we do this, do this, do this, and then we could stay here. Do we want to get rid of it? Blah, blah, blah. Do we want to go somewhere else? Is he a very understanding man? It's understanding. Unconditional. I love you. I love you. I love you unconditionally, more than all the stars in the sky and more than all the fish in the sea. I love you through and through, yesterday, today, and tomorrow too. That came from a book I used to read to my daughter. I love you through and through, yesterday, today, and tomorrow too. Empathy. Was he incredibly empathetic? But yet look at that hard shell, right? So maybe somebody who you may not have suspected to be so soft on the inside or to have that soft, possibly. Bottom of the deck, insight. So he could have been wise, or sometimes those people that have very little to say, right, have the most profound things to say when they finally say it. Insight is also the name of an app called the Insight Timer app. So that is a meditation with they have meditations and music and stuff like that. So maybe check that out. Actually, I don't want this deck. I want the other one. So this one is going to be your energy for this lunar cycle. And then, I'm going to pull up that other picture real quick. Let me see what her name was. Florence. Is Florence on mom's side? Because I didn't feel the direct connection between her and your dad, unless they are and just weren't very connected. I don't know. But I just thought maybe this felt more on the maternal. She gives me, I just felt all of this real quick. Like, give me a second. She have like gut issues. Um, I don't know. These are so stiff. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my notifications. But it was a notification for new gigs. Her energy. 5 of Cups. Cups are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This person has white hair. So I don't know. It's actually a Scorpio card. So let me know when her birthday was. With the Five of Cups, we enter the world of Scorpio, a fixed water sign that represents the ability to control emotions in order to go deeper into the matters of the heart. Here it meets Mars, a warrior planet of action and resolution. Upon first glance, its message seems hidden in the card, but it's not true. We see a figure who observes 3 cups that have fallen on the ground and emptied. As we have seen, the 3 of Cups is abundance, sharing something we have lost in this moment, and behind the figure there are 2 other full cups. The card speaks of lingering on a loss, as Scorpio would do. Mars is present in action. We don't see as implied as 2 full cups, that is, moving from discomfort to awareness, abandoning regret and transforming pain. Keywords: loss, sadness, need to linger on something we no longer have. So did she suffer an incredible loss? Did she lose a child? Oh, so then maybe that is dad or a different child. And basically with this card, you see the cups that are standing back there in the spilled cups. It's like she would have been focusing more on the loss than what she still has behind her. Oh, let me pull the I am cards for her. Oh, this was on the bottom of the deck, the 3 of Pentacles. So this, oh, maybe sorry, I need to just ask you, because I'm like, maybe it is mom's mom. Because look at this is like 3 generations. Looks like almost 3 generations, like a younger one. 3 Pentacles, sorry, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is like the happy home card and like working towards things and having like generational things, and it's fulfillment and it's working hard towards something together. Or maybe maybe there was 3 of them, 3 siblings, 3 sisters, or maybe it was just, like I said, generational, because look at how like you can tell how young that other one is. All right, Grandma, what do you want to say through the I am cards? I just keep hearing the word like she needs to rest or she needed to rest. So I don't know if at the end she got really tired. I don't know if she died in her sleep and but there was something about like, she was like, I'm tired, right? Or unless that's how you're feeling. They said, I'm releasing negativity, which if this was her life where she was paying attention to her loss, that would make sense for the releasing negativity. Is like, okay, I'm not going to pay attention because now I know that a loss really isn't a loss. It's a gain in a different way, right? I know that there's these reason and purpose behind these things. She got, I'm healing her inner child. So if she had like a rough childhood, or if that's, something traumatic that happened to her, now that it's like spirit side, it's like getting to process and work through all those things that she never got to. And then I am showing the world the real me. So that one is like, I finally get to be who I am. I finally don't have to hide or be quiet or be afraid. She's like, I don't have any limitations on this side. Like, she's like showing me different ages. If she's showing me this like hot little thing, and I see all this red and fire. She's like, I was fire. Like, I have no idea when and where or why there's so much red. But and for hers, I don't even feel like you may not even know too much. Like, so let's just say sometimes we aren't close with our grandparents, right? But we want to connect with them to see what comes forward. So it could be one of those things where it's like, oh, I was just kind of curious, right? I just want to see what would happen or what would happen. But on the other hand, it's like, even though we may not have known them to the fullest, now that they're on the other side, they know us. they have no limitation to the knowledge. They're connected to the network, right? To the hive. Did we pull songs? We can pull songs from her. Let's see if we get anything not party. Grandma, would you like to send some nice songs? Um, that song from Cinderella just popped in my head. I think it's Cinderella. Sing, sweet nightingale. I think the stepsisters used to sing it. Oh, was so. Sing, sweet nightingale. Nightingale's a bird, right? Can't You Hear My Heartbeat by Herman's Hermits, 1965. Can't You Hear My Heartbeat? Did she have, maybe that's why, did she have heart issues? Because that's why maybe I felt everything in like this area when she first stepped forward. Highway to Hell. Highway to Hell. I don't know why that came, but look up the lyrics. Can't You Hear My Heartbeat? Herman's Hermits. Such a funny. Oh, sorry, that's not a real card. Uptown Funk. So look up the lyrics to that and see. Too hot. Yeah, too hot. So it's funny that she got Highway to Hell and then the lyrics in Uptown Funk are like too hot. Hot damn. Fireman, too hot. Hot damn. And then look at what I pulled on random image generator. Car with flames. So there's something with fire. Maybe she was a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Maybe she was fiery. Maybe there was a fire. Maybe there was a story of a fire. But there's something hot related. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. I think that's it, my love. Let me just send her off. Okay. Let me see if there's any more random images that want to come through. Any last things? That's funny. I got child, girl. Now it says neon, but it's funny because it's like, again, it's a girl with like headphones on and music related. So there's something songs. Okay, so close your eyes and take a deep breath. I want you to feel what this feels like. Clear away our own thoughts, our own hesitations, and we let the energy of her dad and her grandma step forward. And in your stillness, just approach her one at a time so she can acclimate to your energy. And dad's going to come up on your right side, your right shoulder. Grandma will come up on the left side. So can you feel the differences, the subtle shifts? I feel like he's putting his hand on your shoulder right now and just kind of like, it's a subtle touch to just ground yourself in, where it's like, hey, hey, hey. We invite them into her heart and let her hear your words. Let her hear your voice. Let her pay attention to the signs that you've been trying to send. And we calm her mind, calm her thinking, her heart, her anxiety. And I just hear them saying, like, stop, just stop. It's okay. One thing at a time, baby girl, one thing at a time. You don't want to be doing too much. And it's okay to ask for help. Okay, take another deep breath. I'm sending you Reiki energy right now. I'm going to start at the top of your head and let it surround you in this liquid light and surround you with peace, calmness, gentleness, love, feeling seen, being adored. You're not a little girl anymore. You're completely capable. Take a deep breath. And we open her third eye so she may receive the messages directly. And make sure you write them down so you don't forget. I'm telling you, one of them was like, write things down, write things down, write things down. Like, okay, I will write this down. And then we just move the Reiki energy and fill up every part of your body. And I'm actually seeing your dad grab your hands, both of them right now, and holding them, and almost like he's sitting across from you and just looking you in your eye and holding you and trying to tell you, like, I'm right here. I'm literally right here. I'm not in a far distant place. I'm right here. Honey. Just give her a big, big hug. Rub your back a little bit. Give you a nice final squeeze. Kiss you on the top of your head. And we send him back to you. Let me know how that resonates. It is now 2:44. So that was our last one. So very, very grateful for you and anyone else that might still be watching. Yeah, so if that resonates, just let me know. If it doesn't, also let me know so I can know if I was way off. But have a fabulous day and a good cycle. And hopefully we will catch up on the next new moon or full moon or whatever else you want to connect. Okay. Bye.